Dynasty Warriors Origins is the first game of the series we've received in over 7 years. If you have zero attention span because of the modern times, well, it's great. If you're on the fence, go buy it. Now, I'd like to offer a quick disclaimer. While I was offered a key to play this game by Koei Tecmo, I had in fact already bought it. So here is the disclosure you never knew you didn't need. 7 years. If we were talking about the likes of Zelda, that would feel almost like the norm. However, this isn't Zelda, and on just mainline titles alone, this is the 10th game in the series. But to make this video exclusively about this game would be a crime to this game and the developers of Omega Force and publisher Koei, now known as Koei Tecmo. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of the year 1997. What if I told you that this well-known 1 vs 1000 series started as a side-on fighting game very similar to the likes of Virtua Fighter? I didn't even know this game existed until many years later, and I managed to try it on stream a few days ago, and it's safe to say I won't be going pro anytime soon. But whoa! Just cartwheel me in the brother. What the flaming man? As a kid, my first introduction to this series was going to my neighbor's house and trying out Dynasty Warriors 2. This game was fun, huge battles, and seeing as one of the very few books I read at the age of 9 was Roman battles and tactics, it's safe to say I love the style and the ability to fight in big battles. Feeling like one of the soldiers, even though that one soldier that I'm playing as can slay hundreds at a time, although back then it was also much harder to become a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms. There are a lot of things I enjoyed about it. The key difference for anyone here who hasn't played the old games was time. In the time spent on anything new, you could beat an entire first arc of 8 Extreme Legends in the time it takes for you to beat one battle. With the limitations of older consoles, it wasn't quite the 1 vs 1000 series that we know today, and more like 1 vs 100, and that took a long time too. When I say I slayed more in a single Muzu from this game than I did in the entire battle of Dynasty Warriors 2, I really do mean it. I was gonna make me use it up? Screw it. Let's just hit everyone. Let's get rid of everyone.
I claim another victory in the name of my brother. I claim another victory in the name of my brother.
Oh my god, look at around us! How many people did we just hit then? This is not where the obsession began for me. It was 3 years later, when I was at a local Morrison's, and they used to place these game shelves in the corner of every aisle. Me, being a kid, I saw this awesome looking warrior, who turned out to be the infamous Lu Bu. One thing in particular made this such a smash success in our house though, and that was co-op. Me and my brother fought like we were trying out for the next bout of WWE. Back when we thought it was real, of course. This game having 2-player co-op was important because instead of us two arguing, we would take it out on the enemies of Wu and Shu. And to this day, this is still my favourite, or at least joint favourite game in the whole series. Everything from how you still felt human, with soldiers being able to not only stagger you, but knock you on your ass. Having a cohort of bodyguards who felt like your brothers in arms. And you were highly incentivized to help them survive because they could become stronger, grow in numbers, and even get promotions. By the end of the bodyguard's journey, you could have 8 officers running around with you. Now, while I went on what looked like a madness-induced attack on my stream showing all the Dynasty Warriors games that I own and what I think about them, I'm going to try and condense it all for you to show you I somewhat know what I'm talking about. I haven't got a problem. You've got a problem. No, he definitely has a problem. Dynasty Warriors 1. It's a side-on fighting game, and I suck at them. Dynasty Warriors 2. The game that started it all. A great beginning, but without co-op and memeable voice acting, it remains as just a necessary step in the evolution of the Warrior series. Dynasty Warriors 3. I love this game. From its battles, co-op, 4th weapon collecting, absolute god-tier voice acting, like watching a mage say he doesn't believe in magic.
Challenge me with trickery? I don't believe in magic. Onward!
And if you think I'm joking when I say I love this, this is my tip alert for my Twitch stream.
Yes.
Grating! Flee! The bodyguard system, they won't get this right ever again. All round, good vibes, good nostalgia, great music, and a fun time with my friends. Dynasty Warriors 4. is the best example of you change something I love, therefore I hate it as a kid. That being said, it's hard to quantify the exact reasons why I did not enjoy this game as much. The biggest feeling is the vibe. Too often the music felt a little bit empty. I was grabbing footage for this game, and I thought maybe I was too harsh as a kid. And then I ran silently for 5 minutes and remembered. This was, however, the first game to make duels a thing, which, so long as you're not trapped in a room with Lu Bu, is actually a pretty cool mechanic. Dynasty Warriors 5. Music mode started to get more complex. Instead of doing what the previous game did, where you chose an officer and played for a single faction, it was here where I learned things like Zhao Yun didn't always serve Liu Bei. This game was also the first to create bases, more unique enemy types, and more detail in the overall story. But what if I told you this isn't the best part of that game? Extreme Legends. These are typically spin-offs of the main titles, which usually lets you play as additional characters that were typically limited to free play. Jiang Jiao, Meng Huo, Lu Bu. But 5 Extreme Legends has a game mode that I absolutely adore. You can create your own character, and how you pick your weapon is based on the general that you serve alongside. The coolest characters in 3 Kingdoms was climbing the ranks all the way to the top. This mode alone made me look at the 5th iteration very fondly. Now, 5 Extreme Legends is a different game from 5, but the way it works is 5 Extreme Legends is a variation on 5, 3 Extreme Legends is a variation on 3, and so on. While we're discussing spin-offs, Empires. If you ever played the game and thought, hey, if I were Cao Cao, I would make sure that Liu Bei would never say the word benevolence ever again. Well, now you can. You can take the perspective of an officer or ruler and try your best to take over China. You can create your own character or select anyone available, even the ones that don't have a unique model. Which is always cool, because for some reason, I always made my own, or I selected Jian Yong. No real reason, I just thought his name was cool, and well, kids can be really simple. So whilst I won't break down all the difference between these spin-offs, they all follow a very similar formula. Dynasty Warriors 6. Oh boy, this was the first really divisive Warriors game. I will start with the positives. This game retained the existing Muzi mood of, hey, pick a character, and that's it. The voice acting is of great quality. Don't get me wrong, things can be really cheesy at times, but it's good. And I only have one example for the next one, and that is sieges. Before, you just had to assume that the gates were breached off camera, and it was slightly immersion breaking, but in this game, you get to see the engineers building ladders, catapults, battering rams, and if you didn't protect the ram, they may never reach the gates. The ladders reaching the walls so you can clear ballistas, which then cleared the room for your catapults, which then cleared the room for your battering rams. The best thing these games can ever do is make you feel a part of the process. This comes from a bias of being a Total War and Mountain Blade fan, but these are the parts of the game that I truly loved. Dueling was brought back. Yes, 5 got rid of it. We brought them back, but kept it more authentic. Instead of an arena spawning, the soldiers would form a circle around you. Bases were expanded on by having you break into them, instead of walking through an open door, but the combat has changed. Gone are the days of hitting square a number of times and then pressing triangle to get a different heavy attack. Now you had an infinite loop. This might have been the realization that the game was officially quite easy. The lack of a challenge to this day is why I still go back to Dynasty Warriors 3. Dynasty Warriors 7. This mixed up the Muzi mode formula by changing it from the conventional select a character to select a faction. I know why they did it. This is because an issue can be is that a lot of generals serve together, leading to a ton of repeated battles. In the past, if you played as any of the OG generals of any faction, you would definitely fight in the Yellow Turban Rebellion and Hulao Gate. Instead, this allowed you to go through the entire battle history of each faction, expanding on characters and allowing you to follow the events of history more closely. The only issue being is you can't just say, hey, I want to be Guan Yu for every fight.
Know your place! We are the Imperial Army! We have no time to waste with worthless plans!
Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends kept up the existing formula. The games are still too easy. The battles feel emptier, but it maintained the drama, voiceover quality, and introduced the best feature when it comes to following a more historical storyline. Have you ever thought to yourself, what if this character never got captured, or this strategy worked, or if they didn't die when they did? You can complete a number of battles doing these hidden objectives to unlock an alternative history, where the side you pick actually gets the happy ending they deserve. And no, I'm not talking about what you keep seeing on the new and trending tab on Steam. Dynasty Warriors 9. I'm going to keep this really short. They added open world, and not in a good way. They changed the combat, which turned out to be for the better, but a very early version, ruined the voice acting, but brought back individual storylines, and by far my least favourite Warriors game. The only thing I haven't tested is the online mode.
My lord! I bring urgent news regarding Lord Sun Ce.
Yes, that is me 7 years ago, and thank God I can grow a beard now.
He's been attacked while out on a hunt by a group of suspicious-looking men.
What? Could they be former followers of the Jiangdong warlords?
My lord! We interrupt this video briefly to say we have a Patreon, with exclusive content from behind the scenes to bonus playthroughs. Go check it out. I'm tired of watching you die all the time with the easy difficulty. Go with the easy difficulty. Oh, you... Casper... Because now if I don't pick anything but hero, I'm a coward.
Wait! Go closer!
Ooh. Nice.
You!
Ruined your hat. Oh yeah. Sorry, my 3.5-year-old hurt my feelings earlier. I'm just lashing out. It's okay. You know what? If you admit that you were baiting me to do the harder difficulty,
the townspeople at risk here. You can fight without restraint.
I'll instantly forgive you.
There is still much I must do, but I swear that I will get you out of here.
Long-haired man. Who is this handsome dude, man?
Trustworthy.
I'm sorry, but that's Zhang Jiao. How'd he go from a
How
staff
can such
madness
as you
wielding
hope to stand
magic
against
thing?
Forward! The time has come for us to build a new world!
To this? I mean, look at him. Even I wish I was mistreated so he could look after me. 7 Dynasty Warriors years later, we see the newest iteration, and man did they cook. Let's go! Look at this! It's one of the few times I'll appreciate a camera shake.
Shoot already! Shoot and take them out!
Oh, this is
Yes!
awesome.
This is
Yeah, dude. A completely reworked engine allowing us to see so many more soldiers, combat improved massively on the format 9 introduced, so let's start with this. Whoever thought to add parrying to this game really turned this button-mashing power fantasy into a responsive button-mashing power fantasy. Suddenly, hard encounters with powered-up generals felt like they could have been skilled out of. But don't get me wrong, if an enemy still hits you for most of your health bar, it's pretty hard to do anything but beg for mercy. What makes this game feel so new is these more modern features. Instead of only blocking and jumping, we have parries, dodging, and abilities that we can now bind to R1 and square, interrupts, and so on. These are all things that we have come to expect from action games as a whole, and despite getting this in earlier forms in the previous, it was massively overshadowed by the game as a whole. I'm not naming him boy, ruining my freaking record stuff. Xiaoshan, thank you very much. That's what we'll do. Let's all mount in. Let's address the elephant in the room that doubled down in the direction of 7 and 8. It's a lack of an individual character Muzu mode. Personally, I think if you're going to do the silent protagonist route in a game filled with such diverse looking characters, it can make you feel a little bland. I think this is one of the few times a character creation is fully warranted. This hasn't made a huge impact on how I feel about the game, but the only way I can now slay as the God of War Guan Yu is if I select him as a companion and wait for his bar to charge up for me to use him in battle. And I found it's usually just once. When you do play as him, it fills you with every power fantasy you could imagine. I think in one single rage-powered Muzi with Guan Yu, I slayed 800 enemies. And trust me, you won't get that with your character. Is this the intro? Oh. Lobo! Hell yeah! So this is the... Yeah, look at this, man. This is great. You will journey through the vast world on your own 2 feet. Your path shall become clear through numerous encounters and countless battles. Now is the time to step forth. So can we go that way? No. Alright, so right now I think we're a bit more locked in. Right, we can't actually do anything else now. We just need to go straight for the city and see what happens here.
Here we are. This is your room.
You will spend a considerable amount of time in the inn. Every city has one, and here you receive letters from other officers, get an update on the ways of the world, create gems to power up, and you'll be with a doctor who wants to help you uncover your memories of the past. But one thing is certain, you'll be visiting here every moment you can.
How do you expect to provide for your family? I would work if I could, but...
Shopkeep. Here. This should cover it, I believe. Enough for his whole family.
What a Chad!
Well, that could buy dozens.
Brother.
Is that Liu Bei?
Much?
One by one, you'll get introduced to each leader, and here is Liu Bei, showcasing his benevolence while also slightly money-shaming with his own doesn't know the price of milk moment, but despite this you can see he is willing to help all those around him. And he's with our boys, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and the way they bring them all into shot feels like they're about to drop an album or start a dance battle. Is there a way of like making them all look younger is getting rid of their mustaches? Is that how they're doing it?
Ready the attack.
Oh, look at this
Give
though.
them hell.
For a second, I thought Tommy was like, I don't see a difference in this game. I was like, that is insane.
That castle will be ours. Forward march. Advance. The enemy won't know what hit them.
The enemy officer
Hell yeah,
has been defeated.
let's help these dudes through. Oh, they've built the ram. Nice. And that guy's just getting... Stop getting involved! Nice. Sun Jian's actually holding his own. Love that.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
They drop a weapon? Yeah, new spear. Love that. Yeah! Look at this! Go!
No retreat.
Get the ladders up, boys! The Three Kingdoms are actually not currently established. No.
We will fight for you.
This is about 20 or 30 years
Now
before.
the real battle begins. I can't wait.
Guan Yu, you got this, man.
Allow others to take
God,
the glory
the
today.
entire Wu army is just falling. Luckily, Sun Jian's a freaking Chad right now.
You ought to quit charging into things. It's dangerous, you know.
Come on. Open sesame!
The gates! We won't be able to hold out much longer!
Yeah! Hey guys.
Enemy officer has been defeated.
Look at that! Alright, so I'm still gushing about it. Get it, boys! Oh, that's so cool. Here we go.
Ah, I recognize you.
He recognizes us. Oh my god.
The Yellow Turbans have their cause, right or not, and I understand what drives men to die for what they believe in. But they will not win their cause, nor feed their starving families, by throwing themselves on the swords of my men.
Loyal servant to the Han, you see Sun Jian, a capable and older commander. We get a good look at how he is fair and empathetic to those around him, whilst being incredibly sexy. Sorry, I don't know how I lost that audio, but what I was getting at is that they absolutely cooked with his design, and he's been made a clear good guy alongside Liu Bei. Oh. Cao Cao, Xiahou Dun, Xiahou Yuan? Come on!
Just won't do.
When a person has the power to defy order, it corrupts them. This is simply human nature. That's why the law must be applied to all equally. And all criminals must be punished.
The guy who wants the same thing but in a different way, Cao Cao has always been the bring order to chaos guy. He wants peace, but in a way that isn't benevolent and loyal mainly to himself. I would rather betray the world than the world betray me. 宁可我负天下人，就叫天下人负我 is supposedly a quote from the man himself. My main notes for him is I wish he was just a little bit more charismatic, like other depictions I've seen. But that's something I could say about most of the characters. Now it's been a while since I spoke any Mandarin, so I do apologize if I got any of that wrong. We do the big fight.
Let's begin.
Quite the force is gathered here. Now already, I will be leading this council myself. Oh, damn. Every battle in a chapter will lead you to one main battle, and that's what allows this to be as long as it is. But the best thing it does is that it adds weight to these key moments. Take the first chapter. Zhang Jiao is just a footnote, almost a prologue battle in every single game. But here you understand his motivations, how it shifted, and the way it paved for our main three heroes, which brings me to my next point, because it is a culmination of everything that happened. It can't just end like every other battle, so here are boss fights. I did not think they separated like this. This is cool though. Have we got our own little arena now to fight Zhang Jiao? I think we do. That's cool.
You've come. That must mean my brothers have failed. My brothers fought to buy me time. But there's no escaping it. We must end things here.
That's
the
cool.
Gods themselves will not stop me. I cannot be stopped. Together, we shall bring peace to the land. Now,
Hell yeah.
let us begin. Defeating you will prove that I am right.
Sometimes it isn't enough to just face a general in a duel or encounter them on the battlefield. Sometimes you have to embrace the ridiculousness of this game and think, how do I make something truly feel epic? Take Zhang Jiao. This guy has literal magical summoning stones, like he's all of a sudden Kenobi in the finale. In so many ways, this game tries to make you take it more seriously, but here, it's clear that they were focusing on fun and a decent challenge. In previous games, commanders just had high damage and high health. Now we have an entire arena, and a general who makes all around them seem useless. This is where the Wanderer feels genuinely needed. Different moves, you see when I hold R1 that comes up, that's what gets spent with those ones, so you have to earn those. So when it like promised me to do R1 and circle to like break his guard, I need to use one of those things. So if I haven't charged any points up, I won't be able to break it. What are you trying to do? Along with just general abilities in general.
General of Heaven.
Whoa! Is he just summoned even more of him? Jesus!
You saved us. It was you, not the gods, who came to our aid.
Yes, that's right. I
Damn
cannot
it!
lose. Not while my men believe in me. I have to believe that they are right.
No magic going on here. Oh.
Seems we've arrived a little late.
The stage for the final
Yes! Now we're talking.
must be time to begin.
Stay strong. And prove the heavens wrong.
Tactics are available for all generals, so it won't just be you charging your guard into the fray, but they will be doing the same to you. And this is not something you can ignore. These moves will damage and, more impactfully, stagger you. I loved the older games where troops did something, even if it was just create a window for the general to start hitting you back. Grand tactics are a thing, whether it's something normal on a bigger scale, or Zheng Jiao summoning a massive storm. These can be interrupted by hitting the requirements in the corner, which you will need to do. And a key part of the older games was the stronger soldiers on either side, making you feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. And seeing as a Muzu could now slay literally hundreds, how do you bring that feeling back? Well, that's where tactics come into play. You can get up to 45, well, you start with 10. And if I understand correctly, you can typically double your guard count when initiating a tactic, so you could be commanding up to 20 soldiers from the beginning. It will start off with a simple volley of arrows and charging on foot, but through side quests you'll end up with much more effective ones. My favorite personally being the mounted cavalry charge. If done correctly, it will apply a debuff to the enemy generals you hit, making them much easier to break their guard. And just the sheer epic feeling of charging into a large enemy force with nothing but your comrades and a spear in your hand, the rushing of soldiers, the enemy cowering, it all makes the world feel so much more alive. And with the clever camera they use, it immerses you that bit further. In more recent warrior games, soldiers felt like nothing more than fodder, an accessory, something that wasn't really worth in consideration. And you could easily say that wasn't the case at the beginning of the series. They reinvented the system in all the right ways. Oh no, the soldiers are all charging in! Oh, sorry guys. Oh, they all just pounced on it.
Take this. That I might fall.
Oh. That was actually a challenge. Holy
Yes.
what's Liu Bu gonna be like? The theme of this first arc, humanity sucks. That's not just the theme of the whole game.
The great sage Zheng Jiao. I allowed the people to dream of peace.
Is that the theme of all human history? Humanity sucks? I mean, yeah. You ain't wrong. Okay. Chapter 1's done. Nice. What a thoroughly enjoyable time so far. This game is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. With the amount of time I've put into the game so far, I genuinely would have already beaten an entire campaign for Shu. We have to go into the story. You are a wanderer, bereft of any memories and purpose. You are hoisted into battle, defending a small village during the very beginning of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, now coined as the Way of Peace movement. It is here you learn the injustice of the world, how great Guan Yu is, and more importantly, how quite literally you have no idea who you are. So let me tell you. It turns out you're from a village of guardians who brought the formation of the Han Dynasty by aiding Liu Bang, otherwise known as Emperor Gaozu, nearly 400 years earlier. It's a good job this village stayed around to be ready for the next one. Oh, never mind. The whole village is in cinders anyway, and we are unsure as to why. One thing we do know is that our purpose is to pick a hero that can bring about the end to these turbulent times. This is done in a great way. The first 3 chapters you essentially get to see an aspect of Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Sun Jian. It's through all these interactions, cutscenes, battles, and exposition that you gain insight to make an informed decision, not just on the rulers, but those around them. With this knowledge, you're expected to make a choice on who will be the hero that will bring peace. Beyond the first couple chapters, in chapter 3 you can obviously aid just one or all of the factions, and at the end you're given a decision. For example, do you help Liu Bei defend Shu province from Cao Cao? If you do, he is now an enemy and it's no longer possible to join him. Then, when pursuing Yuan Shu, fighting Sun Ce, you'll now remove any chance of working with Wu. And obviously, you don't have to make those decisions, but I've been Team Shu for a long time now. Alongside this, you can expect the usual story beats. You are more of a witness, and the role they give you is the warrior who can go anywhere vibe, which, to be fair, is the role you play in every Warriors game. If not officially, now it is official. And you will definitely be doing this because if your team's morale is low, trust me, if you don't help every single general out, you will be the only one left standing. That leads me to my next point. Before you say, Ting, can I change history? I hate it when my favorite character dies, especially Zaddy Sun Jian. And I would spoiler mark that, but it's happened literally every single game. But the crux of the matter is, history can be rather depressing when the side you back loses, especially as a long-time Shu supporter. So you can change how things go down at key places, such as someone's death. This series of events can give a true ending, which in my opinion is the best way. Because you can easily choose not to do something, allowing you to see the normal ending. And in this case, I learned this when fighting with Sun Jian, that I knew when he was getting ambushed. As someone who has seen the signs in all the other games, I'm like, oh, this is when he's going to die. I went to go prevent it, and I was left with a very difficult boss battle. Oh man, anyone knows what's about to happen knows, man. I'm gonna still try and prevent it, but we'll see. What's that voice? Here we go.
Or it may destroy you.
What the hell?
If there is something you wish to accomplish, then brace yourself and face it.
Phantom Jiang Zhao?
Looking rough. Begin the advance. Looking rough. I've been waiting for this. Looking rough. Down.
I couldn't take him down, man. That's insane. What was I supposed to do in that situation? So bear in mind, they either plan on you going back to it later on, or you need to turn the difficulty way down if you have any hopes of defeating the boss and then getting to your favorite character before he croaks it. I think it's like purposely impossible there. Because they want a certain event to happen.
Well now. Looks like we made it through somehow. Oh, so you've come as well.
Damn! As far as Warriors games go, the end point is actually quite early. Chubi, or the follow-on battle, Huarong Road, is the end of the game, leaving many awesome battles on the table, from Chengdu, Wujiang Plains, Yiling, Hefei, and so much more. While the game felt very complete, I can't help but wonder what could have been with these big set pieces on the table. I really do hope that we get a sequel that covers the later half. You could technically argue that this is the first Three Kingdoms game to not actually see the Three Kingdoms form, because it isn't until a little bit later when Liu Bei declares himself the Emperor in Shu, known as the Shu Han period. But me gushing about the history aside, if you didn't know, it could feel like quite a full experience, especially clocking in at a massive 45 hours so far, and this is before I've done any alternative endings and other factions. How much the hard difficulty affected this, I'm unsure. Let me know in the comments. I played in the hardest one you could on the first playthrough, because classic Japanese games, they've unlocked the harder difficulty after you've beaten it. I alluded to it earlier, but a key feature of this game is the morale system. It's rather simple. If you have more morale than the enemy, then your generals are more likely to win their bouts. This is regardless if you're a legendary Zhang Fei against someone like Dian Wei or an unnamed general. At times, you'll be facing insurmountable odds, where you'll be scrambling to raise your morale. In particular, it's all about buying time in Chirby. I was just watching the constant notifications of my falling comrades, but once I slowly turned the tide, it really does show the difference.
I do believe you have something to report to me, Sun Jian.
Nothing comes to mind.
I heard that the fabled Imperial Seal was discovered in the ruins of Luoyang.
I don't have massive to say when it comes to the voice acting. I won't pretend that the series as a whole is a stamp of insane, beautiful qualities, but in the past it feels like they embraced the memeness of it with how over the top it all was. And while it was more acceptable not to get names correct 25 years ago, hearing characters like Lu Bu referred to as Louie Bu is a pet hate of mine. I'm sure the voice actors did as they were told, but I feel in this day and age, it's less acceptable to not have someone native that could best direct them on the names of towns and characters. It's clear this game takes itself much more seriously, and if they do so, I'll hold it more to that standard. A little bit about me is that I learned Mandarin for 5 years with a tutor, so it's safe to say I'm passionate about the subject. But if I had a choice, I think they need to embrace the crazy, over-the-top nature of the old games. With Dynasty Warriors 9, they included Mandarin as an option, and it's very cool for those who wanted to experience it in at least a native Chinese language, or for you to practice listening like I did. But for the PlayStation 5 version of Origins, there's only English and Japanese, which is an odd decision, seeing as the Steam version has a Mandarin option. With other depictions out there like Red Cliff or Three Kingdoms 2010, I find this lacking in some charismatic characters. Hell, in Three Kingdoms you end up liking Cao Cao despite being a clear villain. Side quests are nothing to sing home about, but they do give you some pretty cool rewards. For me, the extra tactics and guards are the best reward. Remember how I said you only start with a guard of 10? How about one of 45? That would give you a total of 90 for a charge, so if you ask me, it's definitely worth it. These quests won't have you doing anything special. It could be as simple as taking or defending a fort, protecting some peasants, and so on. However, the rewards are so worth it. This also adds to a feature in the game known as peace level. Every region starts at 0 peace. Main and side quests all raise it, and they're broken into 3 levels. Each one, you get a reward, and if you achieve true peace in each region, you'll get a secret battle. Now, I won't say what, and that's partially because I'm still earning this myself. Maybe by the time the video comes out, I will let you know in the comments myself. Large forces are exactly as they sound. It's a bloody large force. Commanders and key generals could typically have a mass of soldiers and officers surrounding them. There is usually only 1 or 2 per battle, but what this does is solve a key flaw of the later games. I can no longer just run to the commander and end the battle. Instead, I see this huge health bar which represents the entire force, and it's only when I defeat this army will the commander even be reasonably beatable. This game is fully aware of what players have done, and now they say, if you want to win this battle so quickly, you better be ready for the challenge. Breaking the force lowers the number of points it takes to break an officer, which leads me to the next part. Posture, breakpoints. Modern games are filled with systems like this. Every officer to a varying level, and will vary depending on their morale, less if the morale is lower, and so on. Once broken, you can either execute or lay a barrage of attacks. Duels are finally back, and it's been done perfectly. Combining what 4 and 6 did, we now have a separate health bar specifically for duels, much like 4. And, much like Dynasty Warriors 6, the arena is formed on the field by all the soldiers forming a circle, making it feel like a real spectacle. If you're successful, the officer is defeated and all around them are demoralized. If you are defeated, you are not out for the count, but it's pretty hard to recover. These are opt-in. They'll challenge you and you can choose to accept, so there is no surprise Lu Bu scarring me like he did when I was 9 years old. If I was to sum up how this game makes me feel, Dynasty Warriors Origins has earned the title 1 versus 1,000. Because you can actually see the 1,000, and while I did complain about how easy previous games have been, I did rock this on the hardest difficulty you can for the first playthrough. Soldiers are still trivial, but the generals will put up a decent challenge, and with the fundamental changes, that changes the way we look at soldiers and how they interact with us, this game is finally what Lu Bu wants. A decent challenge. Wait a minute. Wait. It's Lu Bu! Oh, here we go, dudes.
Behold, the might of a warrior who stands above all. Now we can finally.
Oh, yeah, baby. Damn, this is gonna be a hard fight. I'm nowhere near. God, I feel like I'm not even close to being him right now. Well, I must be, but... Damn, he broke my guard. No! Oh! I pressed the wrong button! Can't really do anything against that. He's just spamming me now. I can't... Yep, it's gonna hit me again. I can't! What's the point? I wasn't looking. I'm dead now. Why did that catch me? Why did that catch me? I was mid-dodge. I'm gonna die now anyway, because he's just spammed me with shit.
Yes.
Flame me! That's insane! Just to give an idea how intense this fight can get, I have sped this up 300%. This almost feels anime worthy. It's almost as if I'm about to unlock Gear 5 or something. And by the way, it's a failed attempt, and look at it! He's immortal during that bit! Are you kidding me? No, I saved my Muzu for that! No! I did not call my horse in. Right, why is he immortal there? Am I missing something? Yeah, I'm missing something, but oh boy, what an epic battle Lu Bu is. Never before has his might been captured so well that I thought it would be a crime if you didn't see my struggles. It's here that best highlights the ability to reload at a checkpoint on a battle, including boss ones, which is especially handy when you are fighting for over 90 minutes. Without further ado, enjoy this duel. Are we meant to... Did I go wrong because I was meant to RP walk this? Never mind, everyone's running in. Everyone's running. Keep breaking him, come on. If other guys could join in and help me breaking his damn guard, it'd be fantastic. Oh, I got hit twice by that same move, no. Right, let's see if I can do some extra damage here now. Apparently this will like double our attack, so more than that really. So let's have a look. Let's see what we can do here. Sucks to suck. That's how it feels. It's fighting against freaking Lu Bu, man. Oh my god, I rolled straight into it. Has it already run out? Whoa, that fortification thing does not last long. Whew. Remember that, just keep parrying. Just keep parrying. It's fine. Wait, do I not have enough soldiers around me? Guys, what are they all doing? There we go. No one's going near Lubu because they're scared. Understandable. I got staggered, no! Just in case, I'm going to save all of my Musa meter if I get like a really big hit in there. No! I was mid-move! No! Oh! That was a much better attempt, though. Thing is, right, I know I've got this fight down. I just need to figure out what that is there. Do I just need to... Is it just a matter of getting good? Is that literally what it is?
How long are you going to keep running? With all my might.
I'm just gonna kick myself if it's like something very specific, you know? One more.
With all my might.
Love that.
Ready yourself. Let's get serious.
Brother. Sake.
Your idea of a fight. Come at me. Let's go. With all my might. Ready yourself.
Yep.
You're finished.
Oh, I need some more bravery saved up. Woo! Come on! Oh. Yeah, you keep trying to shoulder barge me, dude. Go on, go for it again! Go for a fourth one! Damn it. I deserve that. I hate that move so much. Right, next phase. Full health. 2 Musu's worth. What do I do here? Do I have to completely break his shield before he gets a full Musu? Is that how it works?
Who can fare this well against me? Now I shall allow you to bear witness to the entirety of my might.
Ah, oh, it's too close for me to dodge it. Keep running back, because it's going to be a big hit. Oh! God, it reached past Zhang Fei. Jesus! Come on.
I who am the strongest.
Ready yourself. All my might. It's gotta be quicker than that.
Now, boy.
Let's go.
Come on. I think this might be it. I've got a theory. I have a theory. Yes! Come on!
How could I
Eat it! You had to break his guard before his Musu came back. That was the trick.
Heavy in my hands. My body was losing strength by the moment.
A game theory. Thanks for watching.
It's no small feat.
Oh, the coalition mating force has arrived. What a coinkydink.
To work together to defeat him.
Coinkydink? That's what I did. Very American. Oh, damn. Oh! Ice cold! Ice
Brother!
cold! Look at that!
I was so close!
What do you mean you were so close? Your lord had a castle. A province. I think we have different definitions, you know? That was a crazy boss fight. How many castle provinces do you have, Ting? Wouldn't you like to know? I just pretend to be poor, you know what I mean? That's not... I'm like, oh, guys, you know, let's do a sub goal. And in reality, I'm just sat here in my own 2 provinces. And each province has a castle. So yeah, I got 1 more province and 1 more castle than him. Don't fact check me. Just think, you know what? Maybe Ting is descended from royals in a good way? Oh, I don't know. This game gives me hope for the series as a whole. In recent times, it became best known if you were a Warriors fan. You should probably play one of the spin-offs between Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem, One Piece, and so many more. Now I want to do alternative endings and play as all the factions and eagerly await for a hopeful sequel where I can get to see the more later battles and see the actual formation of the 3 kingdoms. If you can't tell, I am passionate about this series. It's by no means the best game I've ever played, but Warriors has always been in its own category for me, between its funny memes, scrolling the encyclopedia to learn what actually happened, and overcoming insurmountable odds. If every series is able to reinvent and adapt itself like this, then we have much to look forward to in the coming years from the game industry as a whole. Thank you for the patrons who support this show, Sly and Sergeant Buttfab. Thank you so much for your continued patronage. If you want to see some exclusive content just for yourself, go to the Patreon link below.
Brother, let's go.